NASCAR thought it was slowing Cleetus McFarland down. Instead, it may have made him bigger than ever. After being denied approval to race in the 2026 NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race at Talladega Superspeedway, many expected the momentum around Cleetus to cool off. No Talladega, no Superspeedway spotlight, no massive breakout moment. But that's not what happened. Because while NASCAR closed one door, another one opened fast. And not just any door, a multi-million-dollar partnership. Suddenly, the same driver people said wasn't ready for NASCAR's biggest stage was landing one of the biggest off-track wins of the year. That changed the entire story, because this was no longer about being denied a race. It became about influence, value, and how powerful a brand can be in modern motorsports. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why NASCAR said no, how Cleetus turned rejection into money, and why this could matter more than Talladega ever did. Let's get into it. Ryan Blaney has won his way into the championship. A great day for Kyle Larson. 7th career win. Joey takes the checker flag. The key moment came when NASCAR declined Cleetus McFarland's request to race the 2026 O'Reilly Auto Parts Series event at Talladega Superspeedway. This wasn't random. Talladega is one of the fastest and most dangerous tracks in the sport. Pack racing, drafting, and high-speed chaos can turn small mistakes into huge crashes in seconds. NASCAR Executive Vice President John Prost explained that Cleetus was already approved for short tracks as competition and trucks, but officials wanted to see more before approving him for Talladega. That's an important detail. They didn't permanently shut the door. They said not yet. Still, fans saw it differently. Some believed NASCAR was protecting safety. Others believed the sport was missing a giant opportunity to attract new viewers through one of YouTube's biggest automotive personalities. And just like that, the debate exploded. But while everyone argued about Talladega, Cleetus was already making his next move. And once Talladega was taken off the table, people realized this was never just another race. If you're wondering why this rejection became such a huge story, it's because Talladega is not just another race. Talladega is one of NASCAR's biggest stages. Massive speeds, massive crowds, massive attention. A driver competing there gets instant visibility because super speedway racing creates drama almost every lap. For Cleetus McFarland, racing Talladega would have been a major career step. He already had National Series experience in trucks and had made his O'Reilly Series debut at Rockingham Speedway, finishing 32nd after a hectic race. Talladega could have been the next headline. Instead, NASCAR paused the process, and that pause made people pay even more attention. Because in motorsports, controversy creates curiosity. The more people heard denied, the more they wanted to know who Cleetus was, why fans supported him, and what he would do next. That's when the story stopped being about one race and became about leverage. But while fans were focused on what Cleetus lost, something much bigger was already happening behind the scenes. Only days after the Talladega rejection became public, Cleetus McFarland revealed a major new partnership with Polaris. In an exclusive interview, he explained that the relationship was helping fuel his racing ambitions and fan experiences. Now let's be clear, even if exact contract numbers were not publicly disclosed, the scale of a national partnership with a brand like Polaris signals serious money, serious trust, and serious market value. That's why so many people framed it as a multi-million-dollar level move. This was not a small sponsor sticker on a fender. This was a major corporate brand aligning itself with Cleetus McFarland. And timing matters. Right after NASCAR said he needed more experience, a powerful company effectively said, "We believe in him." Now that's a huge statement, because while one gatekeeper asked for more proof, the marketplace already saw value, because that partnership raised one obvious question. Why do major brands keep betting on Cleetus? This is the part many traditional racing fans overlook. Brands don't only buy lap times, they buy reach. And Cleetus McFarland has enormous reach. He has millions of YouTube subscribers, billions of views, and one of the most loyal automotive audiences online. That audience matters because it is engaged. They don't just watch races. They watch builds, events, behind-the-scenes content, merch drops, and everything connected to his world. That means a sponsor gets more than race day exposure. They get year-round visibility. For a company like Polaris, that's incredibly valuable. One traditional sponsorship may appear for a weekend. A creator partnership can generate content every week. That's why Cleetus keeps winning off the track. Even when racing opportunities are delayed, his business value keeps rising. And in modern motorsports, that kind of power is impossible to ignore. And the answer reveals a bigger shift happening in motorsports right now. This whole situation exposed a bigger tension inside motorsports. Old school systems reward ladder progression. Acer trucks, Xfinity Cup, modern media rewards attention, audience, influence, personality, connection. Cleetus sits directly in the middle of those two worlds. On one side, NASCAR officials are focused on experience and safety. On the other side, sponsors and fans see someone who can bring fresh eyes to the sport immediately. Neither side is completely wrong. That's why this story resonates, because it asks a real question. What matters more in 2026? Proven race reps or proven market value? The answer is probably both, and Cleetus is forcing everyone to confront that reality. He may not have the longest resume, but he has something many racers would love to have. Instant relevance that changes negotiations, sponsorships, and opportunities faster than many people realize. But before all of that, we also need to look at the performance that started the debate. Before Talladega became the headline, Cleetus had already made his O'Reilly Series debut in the 2026 North Carolina Education Lottery 250 at Rockingham Speedway. He finished 32nd after, spinning multiple times, but completed most of the race distance. Now, critics use that result as proof he wasn't ready. But others saw something different. They saw a new driver learning in public on one of the toughest tracks around. Rockingham is abrasive, technical, and punishes mistakes. It is not an easy place to fake competence. So, while the result wasn't spectacular, it also wasn't meaningless. Every lap mattered. Every mistake became an experience. And NASCAR itself made clear he still had approval for other categories and short tracks. That means the story was never finished. It was just paused. And while the racing side develops slowly, the business side keeps accelerating, which leads to the surprising truth. This may not have been a loss at all. Let's be honest, missing Talladega sounds like a loss. But strategically, it may be a win, because instead of risking a chaotic super speedway debut before he was ready, Cleetus stayed in headlines, gained sympathy from supporters, and announced a major partnership. That's smart positioning. Now the conversation isn't, did he survive Talladega? It's, why is everyone trying to stop someone who keeps growing? That narrative can be powerful. It energizes fans. It attracts brands, and it increases demand for the next time he appears on track. Drop your take below and subscribe for real no-fluff NASCAR breakdowns every